Ho, ho, hello, and welcome to the Christmas edition of Coffee Talk, the podcast that is a gift that, because of the ongoing wars in places like Gaza and Venezuela, keeps on giving. I am one of your jolly hosts, Matt, and I'm joined by a couple of peppermint stick boys I call my good friends, Taryn, and my old friend Brandon. How you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
You call me peppermint stick boy because I'm skinny? Is that it? We're starting on the skinny shaming already.
Yeah. So this is our first guest, Brandon. Brandon, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself a bit?
Hi, I'm Brandon. I'm old friend of Matt and Taryn's. Matt, you and I have known each other for almost 25 years now.
Most of my life I have known you. And technically, probably now, most of my life I've known Taryn too. But I've known you for a little bit longer.
Taryn, I'd say we've known each other, approaching 20 years.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
Like my friends, I am also a gamer, but I am not a streamer yet. Maybe
yet. He'll be one. We're working on it.
They keep trying to get me to do it, and I'm just too goddamn lazy.
We're trying to groom him, actually. Taryn's not. I'm trying to groom. I've been grooming Brandon since I was in probably kindergarten, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
He would show up on the playground, and we were like, "Oh, we'll play Yu-Gi-Oh on Game Boy together."
Yeah. You would lose your glasses, and I'd be like, "Oh, perfect time to groom this guy. I'm going to help him find his glasses." Not as always, because it was only the last episode that we informed everybody of our illustrious co-host Max. And his demise to his spider baby.
Yes.
That he has. We have some word from Max, and he said the spider is sucking very well. It's doing a good job.
Yeah.
Did it contact you on the Ouija board? You said he's dead.
He contacted us. He rang me up on the old Ouija board. He used some of that automatic writing, and he spelled it out for us.
Whoa, automatic writing? That sounds like an auto pen. You can't be doing that.
Oh.
Topical, Brandon. Jeez.
Yeah.
It's a topic for another episode, but
yes.
Yeah, it's well, guys, speaking of episodes, we have a fun episode lined up for the holiday, this Christmas holiday.
Emphasis on fun.
Yeah, extra fun. It's going to be great. You're going to love it. Get cozy, put a sweater on,
drink some coffee.
Coffee, hot cocoa. You might want to even dip into hot cocoa. Hot cocoa and coffee.
Yes, that is the blasphemy. I have always drink hot coffee for every episode except for this episode because we're actually recording so late. I have hot chocolate instead of coffee.
Yeah, you have hot chocolate. I have a hot ass whiskey, bro.
Nice.
So
I've got a cold ass Dr. Pepper.
Oh, honestly, I'm jealous.
That's fine too.
So, today's episode, we asked ourselves where the worst times and places to spend Christmas would be. And then we decided we'd all make a list and check it twice and go head to head over who has the best, worst Christmas lineup. And Brandon, since this was all your idea, let's let you take it away.
What's the news? Hey, is there something new? What's the news? Say what you want to say.
Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I don't know what I'm doing here. I did this. I set it up.
Don't worry, Matt's thrown me under the bus plenty of times too.
No, okay. I'll get into it since you just don't want to. Brandon,
no, I would be fine with starting it if I kind of had an idea of the pace we were going for. I don't.
That's fine.
So give me something to work with a little bit, at least.
Okay.
Well, I believe we have to get a draft in order and start
we'll get
the names.
We'll get the draft in order. I've got it's from the Regulation Podcast, Brandon. Have you heard of the Regulation Podcast?
Yes, I have.
Okay, well, they have a website that allows you to draft things, and I have the website pulled up, and I'm actually recording it, so you'll be able to follow along. I've got our names written out, and we have to decide how many times to randomize our names to decide the draft order, and then we'll go from there. I'll tell you the rules. How many times should we randomize it, Brandon or Taryn?
Considering it's a Christmas spirit, would 25 be good? Or is
25. 25 is fine. I'm fine with 25. Is that okay with you, Brandon? Do you allow that since this is your idea?
That's all right with me. Quit making this my.
It's just if this goes bad, I just want it to be your idea.
Yes, it's always your fault if
It's
it goes
the guest.
wrong.
We can blame the guest.
If this goes bad, this is just going to be a lost episode.
Yeah.
You've only been like, this is only going to be what? This is what, 9? Could be 9?
8 or 9 or
comes
something
out?
like that. We've already recorded for this week. This is recorded ahead of time. A little behind the scenes. All right, 25 shuffles. Here comes the first 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The order at 10 is Brandon, Taryn, and Matt. And let's keep on going. Let's go to 20, 18, 19, 20. We are at Taryn, Brandon, and Matt again. Wow, that's crazy. 21, 22, 23, 24. Before the final order, we have Taryn, Matt, and Brandon. And for 25, for the final order of the worst places to spend Christmas draft, we have Taryn, Brandon, and Matt. It didn't change. That's insane. I mean, I guess there's only 3 people.
Yep.
So for everybody that doesn't know how the drafts work, we draft in a snake draft order, which means that in this case, Taryn will go first, Brandon will go next, Matt will go last, and then it'll turn around and I will go again, and then Brandon will go and Taryn will go 2 times. It'll keep going back and forth. The people at the ends get 2 picks in a row.
Yep.
While everybody in the middle gets 1 pick.
Yep.
So, Brandon, that's kind of sucks for you since there's only 3 people, but
It happens.
That's just the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
So, let's get into it, guys. Let's dig in. So, once again, worst places to spend Christmas. This is like, this is where Santa probably wouldn't want to go if he could, if he would show up anywhere. He would be like, oh, I don't.
So this is any time period, correct?
Any time period, as long as I would say as long as a Christmas happened
In the time
the
period.
place.
Yeah.
In the time period. Okay. So, Taryn,
All right.
kick us off, homie.
So I thought to myself, where would be probably the worst places to spend Christmas? And one of the worst places, I think, would be during the Ethiopian famine of 1984.
Oh, that's depressing. You're bringing it Ethiopia right at the beginning of this? That's a good first draft pick, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause Santa definitely didn't show up.
It was documented as one of the bleakest holiday periods for humanitarian workers.
Jesus.
Oh, this is going to be like the end of the episodes when Max gives like the not so fun fact, but it's just the whole episode.
It's just the whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just the long pause followed by like disgusting noises.
Yeah,
so what
starting
happened?
right off, it's definitely the famine where like there was not any food going around in Ethiopia, and it was just one of the bleakest holiday periods ever.
But things are okay over there now, right? Like,
I
it's all
don't
good?
think so. I think there's still problems,
All right.
but starting that off pretty dark.
Well, thank you for that, Taryn. So you have
Yep.
the Ethiopian famine
Yeah,
in what year? 1989.
1984.
84. Okay. Well, I'm glad we're getting that correct.
I wonder what your pick is going to be.
Brandon, yeah, that goes on to you. What is your depressing bad time to spend Christmas?
All right. Well, you wanted a depressing bad time to spend Christmas. This probably isn't as bad as the Ethiopian famine, technically. You know, there's a lot more people involved in Ethiopia than Donner Pass.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah, we talked
The
about that.
Donner Party?
Spent their
Yeah.
fucking Christmas with no food. People
Yep.
just dying all around them. They're having
Yep.
to eat like oxhide off their fucking roofs.
Yeah, the food was
Yeah.
pretty good, though, I heard the food was pretty all right.
Yeah, the bowls made out of human skulls were a nice touch. I don't know if
Yeah.
that happened, actually. I don't think so.
No, I don't know. I mean,
That may be just me bullshitting.
yeah, that
probably
could
is.
just be like some like grifter out there being like, yeah, they made bowls out of skulls. I don't know. How much do you guys know about the Donner Party?
I've
Not
listened
much.
I've listened to the last podcast series on that a few times.
Yeah, that's a good series from them. I listened to the series and I listened to the book, and the book is basically their series, but it kind of goes into a little bit more. That's fascinating story. What did you say about it, Taryn? You not
much. No, I don't really know, but
well, it was a bad time.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah, it was a bad time, but it was also they just got really unlucky because that is one of the most what is it, like the most climate variations or something like the weather's just really bad there every winter where they got stranded.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been too bad if they hadn't taken the wrong fucking turn.
Yeah, they followed a grifter. He's like, I know the way to California, and it's faster than...
Take the shortcut.
Yeah. I know the shortcut.
And it cost them a whole month.
Yeah, and they left late in the first place.
And they just wound up right back on the same road they would have already been on. So.
Yep, yeah. Don't take the shortcut. Don't take the shortcut. Well, we got Donner Party Christmas.
That's a rough one.
Christmas.
Here's a necklace made out of your cousin's finger bones.
Yeah. Suck on the vertebrae for extra nutrients. Don't
Get some
let
of that
anything
bone
go to
marrow.
waste. All right. I have two that I want to pick between here. I get to pick two, I should say.
Yeah.
And I don't know what my first pick should be. I think I'm going to go with in Elephant Butte, New Mexico, with David Parker Ray, the Toy Box Killer, and his friends and family.
Ooh, that's a rough one.
Ooh, that's a rough one.
Do you guys know the Toy Box Killer?
Oh, boy, do I know him.
I am vaguely familiar, but I could use a refresher.
Horrible guy. Okay, well, David Parker Ray kidnapped, raped, and tortured an unknown number of women over many decades at his trailer in Elephant Butte, New Mexico. And occasionally he was assisted by his friends, like including his daughter and his partner, Cindy. He was suspected by authorities and accused by accomplices of murdering up to 60 of his victims. Basically, he would just like lure tourists and people that he met just over to his house, and he would just have his way with them.
Oh boy, that sounds like a fun time.
Had a trailer in his yard that he would lock them in and do bad things to. And I think a Christmas at the Parker Ray house would be
pretty bad.
Didn't he also
Pretty
occasionally
horrible.
involve the dogs?
Oh, yeah, a lot of times I think. It wasn't just an occasion, Brandon. I think he really enjoyed that. And for my second pick, let me write this one down. David Parker Ray house. David Parker Ray's house. My second pick, it's kind of going to follow the same line. And it is going to be in Joseph Fritzl's basement.
Ooh.
Yeah. Taryn,
I do not know this one at all.
you don't know. He doesn't know. Brandon, do you want to give Taryn a little rundown? Because it sounds like you might know. Otherwise, I can.
Oh, God. Joseph Fritzl, goddamn. He was an Austrian serial... Well, he wasn't a serial rapist. He raped his daughter, imprisoned her in the family cellar.
Yeah, he had a sex dungeon for his daughter.
That's
He
fucked
built
up.
a whole-ass dungeon. Fathered... How many fucking children do they have?
6 or 7?
Fathered
children.
multiple children with her.
Yeah.
Took some of them upstairs, adopting them, claiming she dropped them off because she was in a cult.
Yep.
That
And
It was
is
well,
only
they-
released in like 2012 too. It was pretty bad. 24 years from 1966 to not 1966. That's when she was born. She got out in like 2012, I think. Horrible times. They grew up like in the dark, in a small roofed basement, hunchbacked, strapped to beds permanently. You know, Christmas there, I think would be fairly horrible.
Yeah,
Is
I can imagine.
Yeah. So Joseph Fritzl's house is my pick, my second pick. Brandon, let's circle back around to you. Let's find out what kind of stuff you're into.
All right, well, Joseph Fritzl's house, absolutely awful. Horrible, even. This one, again, it's kind of less horrible than yours. But it's also another house that I don't want to visit. The house of Canada's power couple, Paul Bernardo and Carla Homolka
Oh, that's a good one. Paul Bernardo
on a
and the Ken and Barbie murders, right?
the Ken and Barbie killers.
Yeah.
Max might know them.
I don't think he knows them personally.
Yeah,
There's like his
you
uncles.
never know. Carla's
Aunt and
out.
uncle.
But
That'd be crazy.
To kind of just explain the Christmas aspect to it. Christmas Eve, 1990. A night at their house, they drugged and videotaped the rape of Carla's 15-year-old sister Tammy Homolka. They would drug.
Nice.
They would shove a
That's fucked up.
They would shove a halothane rag, or that halothane-soaked rag up against her to keep her from waking up, and she threw up, died, and they covered it up.
It's fucked up. Well,
God,
mine's going to be a little bit of a
horrible
turn here.
places. Let's hear the turns, Liv.
All right. So imagine this is like a couple hundred years ago.
Oh,
All right.
Imagine you're on a lifeboat.
okay.
And because, yeah, it's already cold. Yeah. You're on a lifeboat and it's because your ship crashed and you're on the Medusa lifeboat castaways, Christmas of 1816. Adrift in horror, many dead, and there was also cannibalism.
Ooh,
I don't think I know about this
second
one.
cannibalism. What was the
Yeah.
name of this thing?
The Medusa lifeboat castaways.
Medusa, like the snake lady?
Yes.
Okay. Castaways.
In 1816.
Like Tom Hanks.
But they didn't
I
have a
would not wanna be-
volleyball.
No
They did not.
volleyball. When was volleyball invented? That's another podcast. So what was life like on a lifeboat in 1816? Because that sounds
Probably
horrible.
very cold, probably starving, probably delirious, and probably going to be eaten alive by your fellow crewmates.
No, I've got
Do
a
you thi-
question.
Yeah.
Would you prefer to be eaten by your crewmates or be eaten by sharks?
Sharks.
Ah,
I feel like it'd be over faster.
no, I don't know. I saw a man eaten by a shark on a video once, and it looked horrible. Like he was like thrown in the air, kind of like he came up for air a few times. It was like, "Get me out of here," but he had no way of getting out. I mean,
That's
I
terrible.
don't know.
Why are you watching that? It's
Well, I've always wanted to see a man eaten by a shark. It's a little confession of mine.
messed up.
Yeah. Thank you for the silence, by the way. Nobody reacted to that.
I've seen some
Yeah.
fucked up shit on the internet. I can't judge you. I watched
Yeah, I mean,
I watched a
it's just-
small dog get eaten by an alligator.
Oh, I saw that one too. The dog that dog was it the one that always like fucked with the alligator
It
and then
was like
finally ate
yapping
it?
on the fucking beach or
Yeah.
near the water.
Yeah, that was really upsetting.
Yeah.
That was an upsetting video. All right.
But yeah,
On
the Medusa lifeboat's probably going to be my pick of 1816.
1816. There wasn't
Yep.
another Medusa lifeboat?
Not that I know of.
Okay. All right. Taryn, Medusa lifeboats, everybody's
Yep.
cold and wet, sad
Yep.
and scared, eating each other.
And
What's
we're going to
next?
stick with being the cold, and then this time instead with crewmates, we're going to be lonely and miserable. We're going to talk about the Alcatraz Christmases between 1930 and the 1960s.
Oh,
Oh,
Alcatraz.
just all of Alcatraz. Okay.
Yeah.
That's an inspired pick.
Yeah.
There you go again with your
Concrete
inspired ass
walls
picks, dude.
and just being cold, lonely, and hungry. Yeah. And
Did you know
miserable.
Alcatraz means pelican?
Did not know that.
Well, now you do.
Alcatraz means Yep.
I feel
Have
like
you-
that's just a miserable place to be on Christmas.
Yeah, horrible place. Did you look into like what they made people do in Alcatraz?
No, not what they. I didn't look into that. I'm guessing. I guess I have no idea.
It wasn't good. The one thing that I remember is they used to make people march around like it was like a cafeteria or a gymnasium or something in total silence, and if people like slowed down or made any noise, they would get punished by like solitary confinement. And that was just what they would do all day, every day. It was like psychological torture to the max. That is
That's
that is a
crazy.
horrible, horrible place to have Christmas. Like
Yeah.
there was that one guy that raised the birds, though.
Yep.
That was
Yep.
pretty cool. He had those birds, and they were his friends.
Clint Eastwood
All right,
was there
Brandon.
one time, you know?
Was he there? Like real life, or was that just the movie?
No, that was just the movie.
Well, good for him, making the most of a situation.
Yep.
Brandon,
All right.
Brandon, take us to pick number 3.
All right. Well, you guys were going, kind of cold. I'm going to warm things up a bit. At the Daejeonggak, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, hotel in Seoul, South Korea, in 1971. It was a 22-story.
Okay.
It was a 22-story hotel that went up in flames due to a propane gas explosion.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
that
good.
Sounds pretty bad.
did that happen on Christmas?
On Christmas Day, 1971.
Wow, he did it.
He
That's
fucking did it.
you did it.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Brett. You found the thing that we couldn't find.
there were
That's
a-
why we.
So there were 187 guests and somewhere in the realm of 130 warriors at the hotel this day. The building was just not built up to code at all. The stairwells were not built for fire exits. There were no fireproof doors. The building had no external emergency staircase. The walls weren't fire resistant.
Mm.
It was a 20
fire resistant walls. to
This
fight
was
fires.
a 22-story building too, so like when the fire department got there, their ladder only went up to the 9th floor. So
Yeah.
that's floors 10 to 22 were just fucked if they couldn't get down the stairs.
This was in South Korea, you
Yep,
said?
Seoul, South Korea.
Seoul. Wow.
That's crazy.
There were 164 fatalities in this. At least 38 people died jumping out of the fucking windows.
Ouch.
Some of them tried to use mattresses to cushion their fall. Didn't work. At least one dude died falling out of a helicopter. They had tried to get some helicopters to pick up people off the roofs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. But they all just died, though. I assume.
Yeah.
Did anybody get rescued?
There were plenty of survivors. Only 164 people died out of about 317, which isn't good, but
That's not good.
That's
I
about a
thought you were
third.
I thought you were going to say like 1,000 or something. That's
Yeah. Third of the people died.
that's half.
Or half, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say this before we move on. I was going to cover the Italian Hall incident, but then I listened to the latest episode and realized, oh, fuck, you already went through that. Shit.
Brandon, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
going to
that's
go through the
crazy.
Italian Hall incident.
Oh my god, I feel so validated right now. Thank you. That's awesome. Oh, did you listen to the Woody Guthrie song about it? There's a
I've
good
not
Woody
listened.
Guthrie
I didn't
song.
listen to the song.
Oh, you got to listen to the song. It's great, but still. All right, so we got people burning to a crisp.
Yep.
Oh man, I got
Chestnuts roasting on an open flame.
just
So
nuts roasting. There's people
That's so
out
messed
there
up.
naked, their nuts roasting because the fire's so hot. For this pick, this is going to be kind of a maybe not a throwaway. Yeah, you know what? No, because I don't know if that actually happened. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna pick Andersonville Prison. Anybody know about Andersonville Prison?
I do not.
Well, it was the most notorious Confederate Army concentration camp / prison / prisoner of war place. They would torture Union soldiers. They would starve them. It was packed full. More than 4 times its capacity of prisoners. I think there were 40,000 people just crammed in there. It was like open air. There were no tents, no blankets. People just kind of like stood out in their own piss and shit until they died, basically. It was horrifying. Yeah, it was absolutely horrible. I think that's also the first time I've actually heard of is it called the Joseph's Cradle? It's whatever it is.
yeah.
It's like, you know what I'm talking. It's that pyramid that you sit on, and then you're strapped down to it with like weights on your ankles, and it it just splits you open from.
Oh,
the,
yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
It's not the Joseph's. It's something else. It's Joseph's cradles. Like that's something that you give to your wife because she doesn't love you anymore, or something like that. I don't know.
Oh.
I could have used one of those a couple years ago, I think, but whatever.
It is what it is.
All right, and then I think I am going to go for my next pick. If we're good to move on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Stalingrad. Stalingrad? Did I steal your pick? Haha, you fucker. Maybe I
well-
start.
Hold on, go ahead.
Okay, well, I just picked Stalingrad in the wartime that it operated under, just because there was so much death. It was literally like an apocalypse. Every picture I've ever seen of Stalingrad, I don't know if I should say grad or grad. Stalingrad. I'll say Stalingrad from now on. Every picture I've ever seen of that place looks like something from a horror movie. Like whether it's dead bodies just strewn everywhere or if it's blown out homes and shelters. It's just horrifying. More than between 1 million and 3 million people were killed, and it happened over the course of like 6 months and about 200 days, which means 5,000 to 15,000 people a day on average were killed. Civilians, military targets, it didn't matter. Everybody was in the path of fire. It was just a horrible place to spend Christmas. I think Santa probably.
What years are you, like? What year is it? Are you talking? Are you talking like wartime, Battle of Stalingrad?
Yeah,
All
the
right.
Battle of Stalingrad. Yeah.
All right, okay, because mine's a little bit different. Go ahead.
42. Yep. Yeah, 1942. But yeah, that's the Battle of Stalingrad that happened over the winter.
All right.
That was the infamous time that Germany invaded Russia in the winter.
Yep.
So that is my 1942 to 1943, I guess. But okay, Brandon.
All right, this one's kind of my throwaway. It is the Tangawai rail disaster. It was a passenger railway that derailed, killing 151 people on Christmas Eve, 1953, in New Zealand. So what happened was there was a mud flow that had
Yeah.
damaged
I know about
the
those.
fucking bridge, and
It's horrifying.
someone had tried to signal them to stop, and they hit the brakes, but by the time they did that, it was too late.
Yeah, because
The train went onto the bridge, the bridge collapsed, and the train just went off into the river. 6 carriages went in. It was horrible. Locomotive for 6 carriages killed like some fucking 148 second-class passengers, 1 first-class passenger, and the conductor and fireman on board.
That's nice. And these are probably just regular people
Just
hanging out.
Just going on a
Yep.
train ride, probably, ready
Just
to celebrate
chilling.
the holidays.
Yeah. All right, Taryn. Take us
All right.
away with your last 2 picks.
Last 2 picks.
Make
All
me
right.
good.
The worst
So-
places and then we can fight about it.
Okay, so this one is very similar. We can, if you guys have a disagreement, it's okay. I have a backup, but it's the Solovetsky Islands, which is north of Moscow, and it's 1923 to 1933. It's a Soviet gulag prison, the grandfather of all Soviet camps.
Oh,
Oh, fun.
it's the babushka of
Yeah.
Soviet gulags.
The use of prison labor arose from there. So, yeah, it's a pretty miserable Christmas.
I just wrote the gulags. But you got a more specific one,
Yeah,
but I just wrote it because I couldn't remember the
because
name.
I didn't know if you were gonna go with Stalingrad as like a, it's pretty
Yeah.
similar, but yeah, as far as that's why I wanted to specify if it was like wartime or if it was just like a normal prison or yeah, but I'll go into a little bit. Solovetsky, on the very icy islands in the White Sea, tens of thousands of prisoners fell. Trees built roads and drained swamps. At first, regime was relatively soft, but by the late 1920s, it became a genuine hellhole.
That sounds great. I love how...
Uncooperative prisoners were beaten with sticks, drowned, and tortured. So,
beaten with sticks. Oh my
That
god.
sounds like my childhood.
Yeah. God damn.
My parents were not that bad.
You traded your Yu-Gi-Oh cards to me, and they were like, "God damn it, that was our future." And they beat you with a stick.
That's my
that hollow
second
blue
to
eyes.
last pick.
That hollow blue eyes, man.
It was bad moves.
Yeah.
So, gulags. Shout out to the gulags.
I feel like mine was time period and like prison-esque theme.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is going to be another time period one. Just not a great time to be alive at this place. I'm going to have to go with the Irish potato famine.
Oh, that's a fun one. That's a fun answer.
What is it with you and a lack of food?
I feel like it's a brutal way to die because you're hungry. There's nothing you can do. In the Irish potato famine, people resorted to eating tree bark and grass. Like it was,
and they had red hair. Can you believe it? My God.
But
horrible time. Yeah, we also got that Tom Cruise movie out of it where he's a Irish immigrant to America. I think.
What the?
That's a real movie, right? Did I just hallucinate that?
You might have. Let me look it up.
I'm looking up Tom Cruise movie where he's Irish.
Far away. Yep.
Away. Yeah. 1892 Ireland. Yep.
Yeah, 1840s, 1846 to 1849 is the
this might
famine.
not. Tom Cruise. Okay, ignore what I just said because this was not a. It was not a potato famine type of thing. It was just. I think he just left because he was bored of Ireland.
Yeah. So there was no food except for grass and tree bark, disease, massive evictions, and freezing cold. Yeah, it's not a great time.
Not a good time. Not a good time. And potatoes. I mean, if you base your life around potatoes like the Irish typically do.
Yeah. And then you have no access to any of it.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
Potatoes are the perfect food. Everybody loves potatoes. They're great.
The hobbits knew that.
Most of America loves potatoes.
Yeah. Dude, I sleep with potatoes. I don't sleep with potatoes. I just lied. I don't know why I said that.
No, you do sleep with potatoes. You showed me the fucking potato flake photo. That's a whole thing.
Yeah,
no one that listens to this is going to get. You get no context, viewers.
No context. That's an inside joke.
That'll be the 100th.
It wasn't me. Technically, Brandon, it wasn't me sleeping with the potatoes. It was my wife.
That'll be the 100th episode as you explain that story.
I do have a honorable mention though.
All right, go ahead.
Let's save the honorable mentions until we're done. We'll do the honorable mentions in a minute.
All right.
So we'll get through this, then we'll battle it out. We'll fight each other. We'll see who has the best, the worst Christmases, and then we'll bring up honorable mentions in a fun little and we'll just have some discourse.
Yeah.
All right, Brando.
All right.
What you got for number 5? Numero quattro.
Let us doodly do back to 2008.
2008. Okay.
Now, do either of you know do either of you know anything about the Lord's Resistance Army?
No.
What?
The Lord's Resistance Army.
Sounds pretty sick, though.
No, not so much. This little incident takes place in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Since neither of you know
those fucking bastards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about the army, but I know about the shit that's happened. I know a little bit about the Congo.
You may know a little bit about the founder. He was kind of became a little bit of a meme in 2012. A man by the name of...
Is it Coney?
Yeah, Joseph fucking Coney.
Oh, it's fucking Coney! Oh, shit! Coney mentioned. Shout out.
Coney.
That's awesome.
I'm still lost. I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know Coney 2012? Oh.
No, I missed that completely.
Okay, that's
Darren.
fine.
You'll have to look it up.
Educate this man.
We don't. I don't know. That's
There's whatever
too
you got.
much.
I'll
Just
look it
what-
up. It's fine. I'll look it up.
Yeah.
All right. So now,
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
to kind of just give a little background, on the 14th of December, the Ugandan army, with support from the Congolese, South Sudanese, and Central African Republic armies, attacked a LRA headquarters in Congo's Garamba National Park near the border of Sudan. Following this attack, the LRA kind of spread out a little bit amongst the peoples. They kind of attacked some civilians. But the worst of it started on December 24th, as people were coming together for their Christmas festivities. They went around killing people by crushing their skulls with axes, machetes, and large wooden bats.
That's pretty terrible.
Media reports indicated that 620 people were killed, many of whom were hacked to pieces, decapitated, or burned alive in their homes. Some people reportedly had their lips cut off as a warning not to speak ill of the rebels. And 2 3-year-old girls suffered serious neck injuries when rebels tried to twist their heads off.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I shouldn't laugh at that, but that's you try to twist their heads off, but it doesn't work.
Yep.
That's terrifying. That's a nervous laugh, by the way.
Yeah.
That's the laugh of thinking about what if somebody tried to twist my head off. Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, 620 civilians between
When's your next
Christmas Eve.
chiropractor appointment?
I don't go to the chiropractor. I'm afraid they're going to twist my neck off like the Lord's Resistance Army did to those women.
Yeah.
But between December 24th and January 13th, the Human Rights Watch reported at least 620 civilians were killed. So, it's a lot of people.
Yep.
Wow.
20,000 people
is quite-
were displaced by the attacks, and at least 20 children were abducted by the LRA. That's kind of not. I don't think this incident in particular had anything much to do with Coney 2012, but the whole kidnapping children, because Coney would kidnap children and raise them as child soldiers. That was a whole part of the
Yeah, that's right. That's the
2012
child
campaign.
soldier thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the Coney 2012 thing, it became a meme. Well, just a quick, Brandon, you can correct me if I'm wrong too, but it was the thing where Brandon was saying this was in 2008, and the Coney 2012 turned out to be a grift by these people looking for fundraising money.
I don't know if it was a grift so much as it just didn't do much. It was like a raising awareness thing.
Okay, it also might not have done much. I
But
thought it was a grift.
I think one of the bigger issues, again, this is just going off the top of my memory. I feel like people were just playing off. This was the 2012 election, Obama versus McCain, was it? Or Romney?
No, that was Romney. It was Romney in 2012.
So, Coney 2012 kind of getting spread around. It just sounded like a fucking campaign poster.
Coney 20. I mostly what I remember is people being like, "This is insane. Why are we even talking? This isn't doing anything."
Yeah.
I remember more of it being the meme than it was the campaign.
The atrocity.
Yeah. Just machetes though, huh?
Yep.
And bats. Okay. Brandon, is that all you've got for the 2008 Lord's Resistance Army and the Democratic People's Republic of the Congo?
Only that Coney's still out there, wherever he is.
Coney is still on the loose.
He's still on the loose.
That's crazy.
The Lord's Republic Army has kind of fallen off a lot. Uganda in the U.S. doesn't really consider them a threat anymore. But
Okay.
Coney himself, no one knows where
That's
he
good at
is.
least.
He's believed to be hiding in Darfur.
God, Darfur. That place. I don't know what goes on over there, but nothing good. Nothing good ever comes out of Darfur. With a name like that, the only thing
It
that's
sounds
going to
something
come out
out
of
of
there
Star
is...
Wars.
Yeah, it's like...
It's a deep lore Star Wars planet.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a deep lore Star Wars play. We're going to get like a faster-than-light engine that runs on dark matter out of Darfur one of these days. And we're going to be
Yes.
like, yeah, that's where those come from. All right.
All thanks to Coney.
Yeah, Coney
That-
2012
that's why he
is
was getting
actually-
those kids.
Yes.
The power of the dark matter engine.
Yeah.
All right.
He was a
for
visionary.
my-
We just couldn't see it.
Yeah, people said he was crazy for stealing children and turning them into soldiers.
Yeah.
Now, for my last and the final pick of the worst places to spend Christmas draft, and I think might be the worst place to have ever existed, I'm going to pick Unit 731.
Ah,
or
there we
731.
go.
731 for short, instead of saying the full government name of 731. Yep, Unit 731. Operated between the years of 1936 and 1945, located in Japan. It was in Japan. It was operated by Japan in the Japanese puppet state of Manchukuo, now part of northeast China, and maintained multiple branches across mainland China and Southeast Asia. They did a lot of bad things there. Taryn, are you familiar with Unit 731?
So that was one of the contending things I was going to maybe pick. I didn't do a lot of research into it. But yeah, that was going to be an honorable mention of mine. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's not great. I mean, the biological warfare experimentation was conducted there on the prisoners, the prisoners were mostly Chinese and Korean citizens, but also like Russians. Occasionally Americans were sent there, but mostly it was like Chinese and Koreans. Mm-hmm. They would send in like bubonic infested fleas into the cells, and they would infect people with them and see what happened. They would just kind of monitor. They would stick people's hands in water and then set them in like outside when it was negative 10 degrees until their arm froze, and then they would beat their arm with a bat until it shattered and broke off. Just horrible things. They didn't refer to the prisoners as prisoners. They would call them logs, like they were just tools to be cut up and used for whatever they wanted to do. And I think if there is a God, this is, pretty good evidence that he is not a very nice man. The fact that he just let this exist for, 10 years?
Yeah.
10 years, hundreds of thousands of people died due to it. Thousands and thousands died within the walls, but, they took the information, the fleas and all of that, the sicknesses, they would spread that out to China. Just
Terrible
just
place.
a horrible place. Yeah, horrible place. And everybody that worked in it, thankfully got off scot-free.
Yeah, we gave them
Wow.
jobs.
We gave them jobs. Thank you. Post-war America.
Thank you, President
And,
Truman. Was it Truman?
Yeah, it was Truman. Thanks, President Truman, for that. That was really cool of you to just let everybody get away with that. And then they didn't acknowledge it until 2002. So that's pretty rad. And
Yeah.
Japan, that is. Everybody else was like, man, Japan they were kind of crazy. And up until, I think recently, they didn't really admit that. So that is my final pick for the worst places to spend Christmas draft. What do you guys think? Should I go ahead and run through everybody's picks, and then we can
go ahead.
we can fight about it? All right. So Taryn,
Yes.
your picks for number 1. Your first draft pick was Ethiopia in 1984.
Yes, the famine.
Yeah, the famine in the thing that we all know Ethiopia for now. Everybody over there is starving, and as far as I'm concerned, they still are. They might not be. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it happened in 1984, and that's that's how we remember them by. For your second pick, you had the Medusa lifeboat castaways from 1816, where people ate each other out on the high seas.
Yes.
For your third pick, you had Alcatraz, which, horrible place. Very horrible place. For your fourth pick, you had the Soviet Gulag. I can't remember the name, but it was
Solovetsky.
It was Solovetsky. Okay. I won't write that because I don't know how to spell it. But I'm going to write S-O-L-O, Solo. Okay.
Yeah.
Just as bad as the Alcatraz. Way worse, actually. And then, for your fifth pick, Ireland during the potato famine.
Yep.
Bunch of inspired picks, Taryn. I'm proud of you. Then, Brandon, for your picks, number 1, you had the Donner Party through Christmas. Everybody knows the Donner Party. Fun times. Number 2, you said on with Paul Bernardo and Carla Homolka, and Christmas would have been just right after they raped and drugged Carla's sister to death. So, horrible time to spend Christmas with Paul Bernardo and Carla Homolka.
But you can
I agree.
You can still celebrate Christmas with Carla Homolka now. She is out. She is free.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She's out. She's out. Sliv, do you know that?
No, I did not
She's
know.
out.
She got out in
They let her free.
2005.
Yep, they didn't know she was so into it, actually. And so they didn't convict her enough of an, yeah,
They can
she got off.
Didn't they convict her, but then they let her go after a few years?
Well, they didn't convict. They convicted her, but they gave her some leeway because she kind of flipped, and they convicted her though before they found the tapes of showing like her actually being into it. So that's why she can't be tried twice because they've got like the same code up there. And then, Brendan, you've got for your third pick the Daejeon Gak Hotel, which sounds like a fun thing that I want to do with a nice lady one of these days in 1971.
I'll have to send you the fucking spelling. It's kind of weird. It's just South
I wrote-
Korean spelling, you know.
I wrote Daeyeong Gak, G-O-K, hotel. I don't know if that's right. It's probably wrong. In 1971, where it blew up from a fire. Number 4, you had the Tangwai rail disaster in New Zealand. Sounds really horrible. Number 5, you have the 2008 Lord's Republic Army in the DPRC, Democratic People's Republic of the Congo, which is anything but the Democratic People's Republic.
Also, it has
Of
nothing to
course,
do with Donkey
and-
Kong.
Coney's on the loose. Donkey Kong? What about Donkey Kong?
I said it just has nothing to do with Donkey Kong.
Oh, yeah, it has nothing to do with Donkey Kong. The Congo, nothing to do with Donkey Kong. Unless the drums are from there. And then there was that one Donkey Kong game with Congo drums. Are those bongo? Those are bongos.
Congo bongos.
Ignore me. I've been an idiot all day today, okay? All right.
That's fine.
Number 1, David Parker, for me, David Parker Ray's house, Toy Box Killer. Horrible place to spend Christmas because, he's probably got a girl in his trailer outside, and everybody's just really uptight around there and kind of violent. Number 2, Joseph Fritzl's house. I actually, on my pick sheet, I wrote his basement in particular, but that might not be too bad unless you're just stuck there with his daughter, in which case that's horrible. Number 3, I picked the Confederate prison of Andersonville down in Georgia. Horrible place, concentration camp, arguably maybe even worse than German concentration camps. I don't know. Number 4, I picked the Battle of Stalingrad, 1942-1943, but specifically the Christmas of 42. Millions of people died, and there was cannibalism and just horrible, horrible things. And for number 5, I picked Unit 731. Yeah, Japan's experimental warfare building. Yeah. All right. Well, let's get some honorable mentions, and then we'll fight it out. We'll see who might come out on top, or we'll just argue about it for a little bit.
So I had a couple honorable mentions. One of them was the whale ship Essex with survivors of Christmas of 1820, which
Shout
is
out
what,
to the Essex. Yeah.
which is what inspired Moby Dick.
Yeah. Whales sunk their ship, and they got stranded on. Yeah.
And then
Horrible time.
another one was the London workhouse where children in like forced labor and cold and hunger. So this is like child labor in the 1800s. But those are my honorable mentions there. And you got the Shackleton Endurance Crew Christmas of 1915, which is another ship one. It's been crushed by the Antarctic ice. I mean, we're camped adrift on ice floats, eating seal meat and melted ice. Temperatures fell far below freezing with no shelter from wind. They call it the bleakest Christmas of our lives.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the one where they went down and they just got surrounded by ice, right?
Yeah.
And they couldn't move it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brandon, any honorable mentions from you?
This one, it's a little bit of a cheat. I was going to do the Uruguayan Air Force flight that crashed in the Andes Mountains. The problem was it ended December 23rd, just before Christmas.
So spending Christmas with him was probably actually kind of nice because they were finally not eating human meat.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure the Christmas itself was not fun when they got back.
Certainly wasn't.
But yeah, I couldn't do it. It just wasn't. It wasn't Christmas Eve. It wasn't Christmas Day. It wasn't the day after Christmas.
Yeah, no, it was a couple days before. It was too early. Too early.
Just
to call
too
it. I
early.
get that.
But it
Yeah.
was close enough. I kind of wanted to do it.
Yeah, I might have allowed it. Maybe not though. I mean, it is too early.
We'll get into it in our cannibalism episode.
I would love a cannibalism episode, Brandon, and you're allowed on if Taryn lets you.
Yeah.
All right. So that's your only honorable mention.
That's the only one I had teed up.
Okay. Well, I have two, and they're pretty obvious. I think at least one of them is. I picked London in 1349 because at that point the Black Plague had wiped out about half the
Yeah.
city.
I thought about putting that in there.
Started up until then. We were talking about the Black Plague. That's why I didn't pick it because we kind of already talked
Yep.
about it a bit. That is the same with like any of the Holocaust references. We already
Yep.
kind of made jokes about. So I didn't pick that. And then I also picked a Diddy party because I assume
yeah.
P Diddy probably had a Christmas party, had a freak off or something.
One or two, yeah, probably.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's why I didn't pick it for sure. Because there's no we don't have a date.
One
But-
that was really close that wasn't quite on Christmas. It was the Doña Paz, which was a ship that crashed into an oil rig. I thought about picking. It was the week of Christmas, not on Christmas.
And we looked that
Thousands
up
of
the other
people
day.
died. Yeah.
That was the second deadliest maritime disaster ever, I think, or the second or third. It was one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like number one non-military, like number 2 or 3 in overall.
It's a very
I think it
sad
was
story.
4,500 people died.
Yeah.
Yeah, horrible, horrible times. Horrible times. All right, so should we fight it out? Let's go from pick number 5. We'll go up to number 1 because 5 is usually where the weakest are. So, all right, in the 5 category, we have the Irish potato famine versus Coney versus Unit 731. Who comes out on top of having the worst Christmas? Everybody.
Unit 731 would be my
Yeah.
mine.
I think Unit 731 might be pretty.
That
pretty
should
rough.
be like a number 1 pick of how.
Yeah, that's. I
Yeah,
I
that's
should've
pretty bad.
That's just awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I was going to pick a Diddy party for that, but then I'm like, I made the decision just before I drafted. So okay, so Unit 731 with points there. Who comes in second place?
Ooh.
That's
I don't know.
I mean, I'm gonna go with the potato famine because it lasted for years.
Oh yeah.
Not that the Lord's Republic Army didn't, but I feel it was only 600 people died. I think the potato famine killed thousands, right, or hundreds of
Yeah.
tens of thousands. I don't know.
fair enough.
And also potatoes.
Yeah.
So
What else are you gonna eat? Tree bark?
I'm a slut for a potato.
Well, I was gonna eat the Paul over there. He died recently, so
Yeah.
boils bones.
Yeah, suck on his marrow. Hell yeah. All right, number 4 category, we have the Soviet Gulag. I cannot remember the name. Terrence
Solovetsky. Yeah.
Solovetsky. Okay, where I'm slowly. Solovetsky. We have the Tengwai rail disaster, which happened, the day before, the day of Christmas. And we have Stalingrad in 1942 to 1943.
These are hard. These are hard.
Yeah, because not that the disaster's not that bad, but I feel like compared to a gulag and Stalingrad, I think a little train wreck might not be so bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. At least
Also, yeah, not to diss on yours any, Matt, but I would say the one out was on yours is they were at war. Well, if you're just
they
in
were.
prison,
Yeah. Yours was just people on the street who were
in prison,
who said something maybe bad about Joseph Stalin or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm okay with giving the Gulag this win.
yeah.
Can I have second place?
That's
Yeah.
that's
Brandon.
entirely
You have
plausible.
second
Yeah,
place.
that's entirely fair.
All right. And this one might be kind of tough. We got Alcatraz. We have the De Young Gok Hotel in the fire in 1971. And we have Andersonville, which was a hell of a concentration camp in the Civil War.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people died. I feel like more people died in one day at the hotel than they did in Andersonville. Because if I remember right, 13,000 people died over a period of like 3 or 4 years in Andersonville.
Yeah.
Which isn't, I mean, it's a lot, but like, what is that? 13,000 people divided by 1,200.
Let me ask you something, though.
Yeah.
Could you imagine 30 years of Christmases being spent in solitary confinement in Alcatraz?
Yeah, but my only thing there, like, I get that, but like, they're also criminals. That
is true.
Yeah. That's my thought. Hold on. 3, 6, 5.
There's an out there. Yeah, they are criminals.
Hold on.
But 30 years is a long time.
Yeah, so in Andersonville, only 10 people a day average died. Sometimes
I think
more.
I just called myself old.
Yeah.
We're all old.
Yeah, we're all in that age range. I'm going to put myself under, cause since it's specifically Christmas Day, I'm going to put myself last. Because while Andersonville, I think, probably was the worst place out of all of these, but specifically on Christmas, I mean, it might be worse than Alcatraz, but like I think the hotel probably takes it on this one, just because
Probably
of the
the hotel.
mass.
It was a 10-hour
The mass
burn.
death.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
jumping off
And
the
it was
fucking
actually
roof.
on, yeah.
You know, how long,
people-
how long
Specific
did
to Christmas, yeah.
and how long
Yeah.
did those people take to die that jumped off the roof? Like, just imagine mangling your bones, but not
Yeah.
dying immediately.
God, that's that. Why would you say that, Brandon? That's okay. So hotel is number 1. Oh no, I just accidentally deleted the name of the hotel. That's fine. Okay,
It's okay, we'll put it in post.
Yep.
can Andersonville be 2? Just because of
Yeah,
all the shit
that's
and piss
fine.
on
Yeah.
the ground. Okay. All right. For the second pick, we have Medusa's Lifeboat Castaways in 1816. Which kind of fits with Brandon's Donner Party Christmas at number 1, but that's not the case. Paul Bernardo and Carla Homolka, their Christmas time where they did a bad thing to their sister, and Joseph Fritzl's house where he was keeping his daughter in his basement in a sex dungeon.
I'm going to say Fritzl. Fritzl easy.
Fritzl's, yeah.
That
Fritzl
was
easy, okay.
years of just rape and torment. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ta-
It was,
Ta-
I think
Tammy-
it was 20.
got off easy in retrospect.
Really, if you look at it, she was lucky. Yeah. Yeah, when you say it like that, Brandon. Yeah, I think she was lucky. I'm going to go with the lifeboats for number 2 on that, just
Really?
for
Okay.
for the sheer number.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I will
suffering.
say the Paul Bernardo and Carla Homolka is probably, well, in the lifeboats they did eat people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were running out of food. They kind of had to.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
and the
feel
only
like
eating
it's
they were
weird,
doing.
like when you cross the threshold where you're, like with crewmates, that you're just going to eat your friend. That is a weird line to cross. And obviously, we're saying that of something of privilege at right now where we have food, but like, it's to be driven to that for like a human.
Taryn won Ethiopia, so that's 3 points. He got second place on number 2, so that's 2 more points. That's 5. Alcatraz was third, so that's 1. That's 6. The Gulag was 2. That's 2 points, so that's 8. And the Potato Famine was second place, so that's 10.
Yep.
Brandon, you had 2 points for the Donner Party, 1 point for Paul and Carla. That's 3 points. 3 points for your hotel fire. That's 6 points. 3 points for the rail disaster. That's 9 points. And 1 point for the Coney 2012 guy. That's 10. And I had 1 point for David Parker Ray's house. I had 3 points. That's 4 points for Joseph Fritzl's house. I had 2 points for Andersonville. That's 6. I had 1 point for Stalingrad. That is 7. And I had 3 points for Unit 731, which is 10.
So we had a 3-way tie.
Guys, we won Christmas. We won Christmas. Pack it up.
Yes.
Look at
It's a
that.
hell of a way.
Hell yeah. Looks like we were all equally bad. We're all gonna have we're gonna have a 10-point Christmas. Oh well, that I think that about does it for Coffee Talk. Have you guys looked at the time?
Yeah, hour 15.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, some of that is just us bullshitting, bantering.
Yeah, we did goof around for a
pre-start.
bit.
Yep.
Yeah, that's okay, though. Thank you all for listening to Coffee Talk. We hope you've had a wonderful time breaking down the worst days of Christmas. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you're going to comment on this video, we would like you to decide who had the worst Christmas out of all of us. You can just write Taryn, Brandon, or Matt. And please give us your ideas for bad Christmases, wherever those may be. Yeah, we definitely missed a lot. There's a lot of horrible things that happen. If you have like a personal Christmas that's bad too, that might be fun. You can just go ahead and post that about the time like your father yelled at your mother and then she slapped him in front of the family and then, ran out and then she died in a car accident. That's a pretty bad day, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did your propane tank blow up and burn down your house?
Yeah. Did you fry a turkey and burn your garage? Who knows?
Pretty terrible stuff.
I've been Matt. That's been Taryn, and that's been Brandon. We thank you all for listening. Have a wonderful and Merry Christmas. Be safe. Be gentle. Love one another. We'll be back next week, and we're going to talk about deadly flesh-eating bacteria that you can't see, and it gets under your skin, and it all comes off. Those diseases. We're going to talk about stuff like that.
Your wife is not that bad.
Yeah, well, Taryn, you don't know her like I know her. Okay.
Alrighty.
Bye.
Bye. Merry Christmas.